Hello YouTube! We are starting to make our hinges. We were inspired by two people I'm subbed to, we'll let you guess. One guy's using shackles on a metal pounding machine, and the other one is using them maybe on his roadster go-kart build. So those look like shackles. Here's the little pieces. This is 1/2 inch round stock. Did that on the lathe. 1/4 inch hole. Okay, here's how long the hinge is going to be. We've got this measured out. We have 1 inch of angle iron we have to clear, so it's going to come to about here, then the nut. So this will be one bolt, this will be another bolt. We made a little template with the measurements. I don't know if you can read that. And we're going to cut a slot in this. It's the best way I could figure it. So this will lay down in the slot. Okay? So, don't want to explain too long on this, but I'll snap some photos. You'll be able to see all the pieces. We are using a shoulder bolt. That's out the threads there, and we had to thread a little more, and we're going to chop these off. They're too long. These are probably like 2.5 inches. So the bushing rides on the metal, not on the threads. We want a more better secure hinge. Some of the ones I make where I take the piece of metal and go like this. You've seen other stoves. It's kind of wobbly. You got a bolt or a pin in there. This is going to be a little bit tougher looking. Mostly just for looks too. So, on with the show. The lever for the door up here is going to be the same, inch wide, 1/8 inch thick metal. It'll go in here so far, whatever looks good. So these are 3 3/4 inches long. That puts me in here about from the edge of the frame, not quite 3.5 inches. This is 10 3/4. We wanted this to be about 1/3 of the door. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why they're 3 inches, point whatever. It doesn't have to be exact. So we wanted to cover like 1/3 of the door. Like, see, we can see here. You can see this edge over here. See, we want to be like about 1/3 or so. Okay, on with the show. Let's talk more work. We'll bring you back when we have this made, the holes drilled. We're going to bolt these down with carriage bolts. We're not going to weld the hinges to the door. We like to look. We're thinking about taking this off. I swear that says RAP, wrap. Cheap bolts from the farm store. And I did show a video when you drill a 1/4 inch hole, drill a little more, like with a 5/16 or whatever this measures across diagonally, and these will suck into the metal. I'll show you that. I'll show you that or snap a picture of it. So you suck them into the metal and they stay tight. So stay tuned. I'm already looking at the timer. It's 3 minutes talking about this. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, real quick clip. We measured across this diagonally. If it quits rolling around, it's 5/16. So we used the 5/16 bit, 1/4 inch hole for the bolt. It went down not quite halfway. Maybe a little over, around halfway. And then you put it in there and tighten it up. We're not done tightening yet, but it'll pull it down in there and it'll lock the bolt. There you go. Thought I'd add that in here. Oh no, I cut one the wrong way. Reminds the story of the carpenter. Hires a dumb kid to work for him. And he's over there in the box of nails. He's looking at the nails and he's throwing some of the nails away. And he goes, "What are you doing?" The kid goes, "Well, some of them have the head on the wrong end." I know, that was a bad joke. Back to work. Okay, we're back to another day of working on these hinges. We took a day off. See, we just welded this on the back. It's strong enough. We got a couple spot welds in there. Making sure it's straight. And there is some play in there. It's not a perfect hole. Not a perfect hole here. We want it to look pretty straight. But there you go. That's why we angled that. Makes it look a little better. Okay, back to work. And might be about all I show you here. I'll just take a couple pictures of the welds and whatever until we get ready to drill the holes in the door for the hinges. So stay tuned. Okay, we're getting ready to drill the holes in here. These lines are reference lines. kind of off a little bit. The door's got a little bit too much gap here because I had to fit this door to frame, and the frame is not exactly square, so that one's kind of stiff there. But we're just going to center up on the holes there. We did take the hammer and womp this back and forth. This will give. Just a small ball peen hammer. Kind of womped it back and forth. And there is play. I mean, it's not perfectly machined bushing where that bolt goes through. I got one cut off. Got to cut the other one off. And I don't know if I showed. I welded these on the back side. Really good. See that? So you don't have to see it here. These were ground flush. Okay, these are all ground flush there. They might be off a little bit. They're not perfectly flat. I kind of take a file over them. We're trying to line the bolt heads and the nuts up. So I got to cut that one off. We are going to grind this RAP or whatever these letters off of here with the sander. The flapper disc on the grinder. So we're taking that off there. So we'll bring you back. We got the door holes made and bolted on, and we'll see how good it opens and closes. So hang in there. We'll get this done yet. There'll be a separate video on the handle and on this thing for the vent because this video is getting too long. So let's talk more work. Okay, we're done with the hinges. They're about as square as I can get it. It clears the angle iron in there. That's why the bolt had to be so far over here, because this goes about an inch. So we wanted to clear with the nut and everything. That's why it's kind of odd how there's that much length there. There we go. We just got to chop the inside of the bolts off. We did strip a nut because we're sinking that metal down in there, so beware that happen. Because I did show how you countersink so the carriage bolts will soak in. Sink in, I should say. I don't know if it'll show up there, but I'll snap a picture of it. They're pulled down tight enough. And I flapper this, sanded off the lettering so it looks more, kind of going for like the more everything's homemade, you know, even like this could be rivets or something. I mean, you actually could probably round these nuts off so they look like some kind of pin or something. But still got to saw that off, still got to saw the bolts off. But we're done for this episode, so thanks for watching. Just a real quick clip. I had about 25 pounds or more weight on this overnight to squish this gasket down before I welded the hinges on. So we'll leave the door open till tomorrow. This will puff back up so when we do our latch we know it's tight. So this will be tighter now. I lost my magnet, I can't open it, but you know what I mean. Weight this down like the night before. Then when you put your hinges on, then leave the door open for a day or so, it'll puff back up. Because we want this to be squished tight when it latches. Okay, thanks again for watching.